When Malia Davis disappeared last spring, KHOU investigates uncovered CPS was involved in the girl's life. They were investigating her family several months before she died. Cheryl Mercedes here now. And Cheryl, you started digging and learned there are cases similar to hers.
Unfortunately, Mia, there are plenty. 78 children died from physical abuse in Texas last year. Now, CPS was involved in the lives of at least a dozen of those families right here in the greater Houston area. One of those victims was 3-year-old KHOU Williams.
KHOU was the light of her grandmother, Mykesha Vaughn's life. But there was a lot of darkness behind the little girl's smile. KHOU's grandmother says she started noticing bruises on the girl's body 6 months before she died. She reported it to CPS, but never heard back. KHOU died 6 months later. Autopsy reports uncovered severe damage to KHOU's insides.
I just didn't believe it because she was 3.
Vaughn wasn't the only one concerned. According to court documents obtained by KHOU, an expert on abuse at Texas Children's said she called CPS 3 times about KHOU. CPS opened the case when KHOU was taken to the hospital earlier that year with a broken arm. But KHOU's grandmother says they did not act fast enough.
Why? You're supposed to do something before, not after.
We shared her concerns with the lead fatalities analyst for the State Department of Family and Protective Services, Catherine Sibley.
What is your response to that?
I think first, I don't know if sympathy is enough. For those families that have experienced a great loss, you can't undo that, right? I can't give you enough to make up for that. But what I can say is that every day, there are dedicated folks at this agency who are trying to leave a legacy for that child.